Have you ever noticed your favorite YouTube channels have the same layout in all their video descriptions? Do you want to streamline the video upload process just like they do? Let's jump straight into it and find out how you can leverage YouTube upload defaults for every video you create. What are upload defaults? Well, YouTube's upload default setting is a simple template for you to reuse consistently for every video you upload. You can only create one template, but it can be applied to the title, description, visibility, and tags. You can also set the advanced settings such as the category, license, language, and comment settings. The template allows you to set everything once at channel level, then it will automatically apply the settings you choose to every video you upload. In most cases, channels have the same settings for every video, and this saves huge amounts of time. But where the biggest gain can be found is actually in the video description. It only takes a few seconds, maybe up to a minute, to select all of the other video settings. However, the description can be up to 5,000 characters long, and many creators want to have affiliate links, their website links, general information about their channel, links to other videos and resources, a disclaimer, the list goes on. And generally speaking, parts of the description are the same or very similar for every single video. When this occurs, upload defaults can help. A template can be created so only the bits unique to that video need to be completed. Everything else can be pre-filled by using the upload default settings. So every single time you come to create a new video, you only have to worry about completing the missing gaps in the template rather than remembering every single element you want to include in your video description. So why should you use them? Well, it's an extremely easy way to apply a template to every video you upload. This creates consistency, and returning viewers will become used to the layout. This helps them find relevant content or information quickly. It helps with your optimization process and ensures you're not forgetting any important factors during your description's creation. For example, if you see your template has a placeholder that hasn't been overwritten or completed, it's an indication to tell you that it still needs to be filled in. By missing it off, you might not be sharing the information you promised in the video or optimizing your description for search. It is an easy way to provide viewers with the same content for every video, like affiliate links and disclaimers that need to be on every video's description. And if you accidentally miss this off, you could be missing out on revenue for your channel, or in the case of a disclaimer, you could actually receive a penalty from YouTube for not disclosing the correct information on your video. As a creator, you should also be using YouTube's upload defaults because it will streamline your upload process. It saves me in the region of 20 minutes per upload, and now is part of my regular routine. It saves me huge amounts of time from copying and pasting from one document to the other. Now we'll jump over to the computer and take a look at how we actually apply these default settings to our channel. You may already be aware that this video is actually part of a mini series on how to start your YouTube channel from scratch. And if you aren't following along with the full playlist, then I highly recommend you go and check it out after this video. I'll leave a link in the description below for you. First of all, come up to your logo in the top right corner and then click onto YouTube Studio. In the bottom left, head over to Settings and then click onto Upload Defaults. This is where all of your upload default settings can be applied. As a default template, I actually recommend that you leave the title box blank because that's going to be unique for every video. We're going to come back to the description because this is the main part of the content, and this is where we'll focus for the remaining part of the video. Just before we do that, let's come down and look at the visibility. Now, when you're setting your visibility, I recommend putting this to private. What this will mean is when you first upload your video, it's going to set it to private. There's a few reasons for that. First of all, when your video is first uploaded, it's firstly made available by YouTube in a very low resolution. And if you set it as public straight away, then it's going to push it out to your subscribers with a very low resolution. There's also a number of other things that you want to do before you set your video as public. So my recommendation is to set your video to private. Moving down to the tags. Now, every video you make is going to want to have a certain amount of unique tags that are unique to this particular video. Let's imagine that I'm creating a video on Call of Duty, then I would use tags like COD and Call of Duty and Call of Duty review or something like that. I wouldn't want those tags to come up if I was reviewing a completely different indie game. So when you're setting your video tags at this level, you need to consider what's going to be relevant for nearly every video you create. Now, these tags, you only want to maybe put 5 or 6 small tags in there. You don't want them to be too long. You actually have a maximum of 500 characters in your tags. So if you fill up all of your tags with generic channel-wide tags, it's actually going to mean that you can't add any unique tags to your video once you start creating your individual videos. So I recommend maybe making 4 or 5 highly searchable keywords as your tags here to try and help drive some additional traffic to your videos. Now, I also recommend in your tags to add one very unique tag to you and your channel that no other channel and no other person is going to be using. And you don't want it to be too long either, so just bear that in mind. But basically what this will do, if it's in every single video, then it means as you upload more videos, then there will be a small chance that your videos appear in suggested when somebody else is watching your video. So it's just a small kind of trick to encourage the YouTube algorithm to show more of your videos to the viewers that are already watching. So my unique tag is going to be Ultimate Gamer Vids, and if anybody else uses that, then I'm only going to connect myself to them slightly as well. And as you can see, it's quite a unique tag, so it's unlikely that it's going to be widely used. Okay, the rest of the space in the tags I'm going to leave, so I input these and I add these to every video I upload, but I do that manually. So I can't do that at the channel-wise setting because I don't know what my next video is going to be, and that will also be different to the video after that. So coming over to advanced settings, first of all, at the top, we've got automatic chapters. Now, as part of the template that we're going to do in the description in just a few moments, we will be actually enabling manual chapters. However, you may decide to remove those. Whichever way, I would suggest having automatic chapters ticked as on. What this will do is it will segment your video into smaller sections where YouTube can identify that you're talking about a certain topic or maybe answering a specific question, etc. This can help you appear more in search results on Google and things like that, and it will actually jump the user straight to the important part of the video rather than watching the whole thing. So I recommend having automatic chapters turned on. They're only going to be applied when YouTube understands what the video is about properly and when you're eligible to actually have them as well. Now, moving down into the licenses, there are 2 types of license, the standard YouTube license and the Creative Commons license. If you select Creative Commons, then basically what you're saying is that this video can be reused as many times as you like, and what's supposed to happen is that person that's doing that is supposed to give you attribution, so they're completely free to do that. Now, that isn't managed in any way, so even though they're supposed to give attribution, it doesn't mean that they will. You have to actually manage that yourself, and YouTube don't really give you any methods or tools in which to do that. So I would personally stick away from the Creative Commons license. However, you may have a good reason to use it. I'm not a lawyer and I'm not keyed up with all of these types of licenses. All I know is the standard YouTube license will actually flag in your copyright area in YouTube Studio if someone else has reused your content. So if somebody else has reused your content, you can then have a look and see if you think it's actually part of the fair use law, where maybe they're talking about you, maybe they're even promoting you, maybe it's a good thing, or maybe they're doing something a little bit more underhanded, like trying to steal your views and trying to promote your video as theirs, in which case you may choose to take it down. And YouTube will manage that for you under the copyright tab in the YouTube Studio. So I select that. It gives you a little bit more control, enables you to manage your videos reuse properly. And I'm sure that there are a lot of other reasons behind these licenses. If you want more information on them, then you'll have to go and research them more yourself. Moving over to category. These are the categories that YouTube give us out the box. You want to select one of these, even if it doesn't match your channel 100%. So entirely up to you which option you select. For me, I'm gonna, on my Ultimate Gamer channel, I'm gonna select gaming. So now YouTube have quite a big identifier to say that every video that I upload is in the gaming category. So moving down, looking at the video language, all of my videos are going to be in English because I only speak English, so that makes sense. And then heading over to caption certification. Now, this will depend on the type of content you're creating, but for most people, I would imagine that this content has never been aired on television in the US. I imagine that's the one that most of you will select. Okay, and the reason that this is on there, there are some laws around the 30th of September 2012. Again, I don't know the reasons behind this, but if you're creating your own content, which is what I imagine the majority of people watching this video will be doing, then you want to select the content has never been aired on television in the US. Okay, now moving down, title and description language. I would imagine for most people that the video language and the title and description language will be the same. However, if you're writing in a different language to what your video is actually in, then you can identify that just here. Scrolling down slightly, looking at the comments, is entirely up to you how you want your comments to be managed by YouTube. However, I recommend holding potential inappropriate comments for review. So what that means is that before any comments that YouTube flag as being maybe dodgy, maybe they've got swear words in, maybe they're unsuitable for young audiences, something like that, then they will flag them and put them into the comments section for review. They won't show on your channel until you physically say, yes, this is allowed, or no, it's not. Alternatively, allow all comments, so anything will come through. You are likely to experience some spam. If somebody finds that you've got that setting selected, then they may target your channel for spam. You've also got holding all comments, just in case you don't want to see anything until you've reviewed it. And you've also got disabling comments entirely. I don't recommend disabling comments entirely because that stops people from commenting on your videos, and engagement is one of the factors that will help rank your video and show your content to new audiences. Now, as you can see down here, there's also an experiment going on by YouTube at the moment. You may or may not see this, but you can also opt to increase the strictness, which may become something that's quite helpful. Okay, and then the very last option down here is to show how many viewers like the video. You can turn that on or off. Generally speaking, I recommend having that ticked on. Okay, so they're all of the settings. So heading back over to the description, this is the last element that we need to fill in, and this is where we'll spend the remainder of this video. To help us through, I've created a very quick and basic template for us, which I'm pasting in now. And we're going to talk through each one of these sections, and then you can either add them or remove them as you see fit. So the first thing at the very top is the description. Now, this description will be unique for the video. You can't create a channel-wide setting that's for every single video. So my recommendation here is to just put in a placeholder of description. And personally, I identify placeholders in capitals and in like a square brackets. So that's an indicator to me to say that I need to fill this in when I come to upload my video. I can't do that right now because this is the channel-wide upload default settings. It's not the individual video that we're looking at. I'm going to move down now onto timestamps. Now, timestamps, this is another word for chapters. And as you saw in the advanced settings, we actually have allow automatic chapters selected. So if you remove timestamps, you can, and then YouTube will automatically manage them for you. However, I would recommend, if you have the time and the ability to do this, then to do it manually, because you know your content better than any AI can, especially at the moment. This is a fairly new feature from YouTube and they're not going to be getting it right 100% of the time. So the idea here is you have a title, timestamps, and then you input your timestamps underneath. Okay, again, that would be unique for every single video. So that's how the template that we're creating right now will look. So coming down slightly more, we've got business info. Business info is things like your website. So if you want to add your website link here, maybe your contact information or anything like that, then you can put it in just here. I'm going to replace business info for my actual website. Affiliate links. Now it's up to you if you're using affiliate links. If you're not, then you can skip past this particular section. But really, this is where you identify all of your affiliate links, which can generate you a little bit of money. Now, for me, I'm just going to copy and paste mine from my other channel in. For you, this might take a little bit of time setting up if you don't already have an affiliate account, etc. Okay, so I've got quite a few links in there. I'm just going to scroll past them all because they're not overly important for this video. However, make sure they're all in there. Next up comes your social links. So if people want to connect to you in multiple different ways, then they can do that. For me, I just put social media and then all of my links. And now I come to about the channel. So I've just pasted in what I want to talk about on this channel. And this is a good place to identify some more keywords. So this is more channel level. This is not individual video level. It's just a few lines. I've only got, 4 or 5 lines there of information. If you've created your tags, then you can link those into this description here, which will just strengthen the chances that you'll get found for these keywords and these key terms. So really what this is aimed at is if this is the first time somebody's found your video and they're scrolling through your description, they get a quick summary of what your whole entire channel is about. It also enables you to add a few keywords in, so this strengthens your authority in the channel for every video. And if you synthesize this all in together, then it can really help your videos ranking and positioning. Extra flags back to YouTube to say that this channel and this video is about exactly what they say it is. So that's always a good thing. Now down here, I always add in about this video. There's no way to describe what this video is about. So what you do here, this is another placeholder. Okay, and this is a summary of the video. This isn't the full description, so the full description goes right at the top, and then the timestamps that you need to fill in, and then you can leave all of the other information, and then you come down to the about section and you do maybe 3 or 4 lines summary of the video. And the idea here is if you imagine a blog post, then generally speaking, you start your blog post, you start talking about the basics, then maybe you go into the details, you answer a few extra questions, and then at the end you kind of summarize and you kind of give your overview of the video, or in a blog's case, the article. So what you're doing here is you're just bringing everything back round. So when YouTube look at this description, they look at the description in a similar way to a blog post. They're going to look at this and go, they talk about all of this stuff, and then at the end they bring it back around and they summarize the video, and it talks about the keywords a little bit again, etc. So again, don't spam it, make it human readable, make it really valuable to anybody that does read this, and then YouTube will reward you for doing so. Now the last thing, the disclaimer. The disclaimer is something that I encourage everyone to do if they are using affiliate links. You have to go and research the particular disclaimer that you need to put on, and also go and search for YouTube's recommendations when it comes to disclaimers. But really the disclaimer that I use, I've never had any trouble with. So look at any of my videos, it'll be at the very bottom under disclaimer, And I've actually got 3 sections because I've got 3 different affiliate programs that I use, and they all want slightly different wording. So all I do is I copy and paste those 3 different disclaimers into the video description, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Now, every single video you come to, you look at your description, your timestamps, and then you come down to your about section and you fill those 3 individual parts in for your video. The rest can be left static, or if you do want to change it, you can come back to these upload defaults and then it will apply for every single video. Click save before you finish. Now when you come to upload a video, it's going to fill in all of the description for you, and all you need to do is come in and take out those placeholders and replace them with the correct content. So I do hope that's been helpful. Please consider liking and subscribing, and in the very next video we'll be looking at channel permissions so you can allow extra people to help manage your channel.